In this video, I'll be speaking to a senior software engineer at Walmart to help me understand the general impact that AI have had so far in the software space and how it's impacting getting job, especially for freshers. Should you be really afraid yet? So without any further ado, let's get to the video. Maybe mention your name or
Yeah, yeah,
basically
good.
just your name, what you do, and some things about
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Okay.
sure. Okay. So I graduated in 2020 from KL University. It's a college in Andhra Pradesh.
Yeah.
And
It's
then,
just a mile away from us here.
yes, yes, I saw your profile. Yeah. Even you're
Yeah.
from SRM, right? It's in AP.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
you guys are our rival university.
oh, really? Oh, great. So, yeah. And I got an offer from ACS Solutions through campus placements. And then it's a service based company. I joined that company. And there I worked for 2 years as a front end engineer. And then also got a chance to work on the backend as well. Backend we used to work on .NET, front end we used to work on React, and then from there after 2 years I jumped to Upgrad. It's a edX company. It's a product based company, so that
Okay,
was my first product based company. There I was a full stack developer. I
okay,
was working on React, Node.js. So I was primarily working on Node.js actually on Upgrad,
okay,
and then
okay.
I moved to Walmart, and here primarily I'm into again front end in React. I got a chance to work
Okay.
on React Native on
Yeah.
mobile apps, on web apps, and
Okay.
recently again I started working on Python. It's very recently, so yeah, that's
Okay.
in short.
Uh, that's a really good transition from your school stage to actually industry, and now you are working in a pretty good company, Walmart. So, a first question that I will ask is that how do you think AI is reshaping the software development space since you have been there at least for like 3 years? Uh, is it a shock to you, the evolution, whatever is happening? I mean, how are you guys processing it in the industry?
Hmm, right. So this, I would say, this AI revolution, whatever's happening, I've been seeing it since last 1 year. I would say, pretty much, yeah, 1 year. Even
Yeah,
like when I joined Walmart, also we don't have much about. We were hearing this ChatGPT and all, but yeah, since last 1 year we have been hearing much. But if you talk
yeah,
about this jobs, like this layoffs and all, see, it. If you ask any senior developer in the industry, they would say AI
yeah,
won't replace any senior developers. And I would
yeah,
say definitely jobs will reduce because let's
yeah.
say s- some work is done by 10 people now, just one person can do that work using this AI.
Exactly. Just by
That is
using
it.
uh the AI, the human and AI collaboration kind of thing, and
Definitely.
speed up stuff.
Yeah, that is there. But see, once you become a bit of senior developer, I would
Yeah,
say you don't have to worry much because being a software developer, it's not just about coding. You when
yeah,
you just get into the industry, you need to interact with different teams. You need to get the work. You need to get the business. You need to talk to the business. You need to understand the
yeah,
user. There will be multiple aspects. You just can't say
yeah.
you when you give some prompt to AI to develop a feature that doesn't work.
Exactly.
So AI can't
Exactly.
interact with multiple teams. So yeah, I would say, like I said, jobs will reduce, but also more jobs will be created. And also,
Yeah,
for any working professional seeing this video, I would say you just can't be any average developer. Like in this era, like you need to be
yeah,
above average. Just like if you are a front-end developer, you just can't say that I know JavaScript, I know React, now I'm good with it. No, you need to be really good. Even goes with backend. If you say I'm this good with Java or Spring Boot, doesn't work like that. You need to understand end-to-end complete architecture. You need to be able to do the system designs. You need to know entirely
exactly.
how the works. You need to get into details. Yeah,
Exactly. So basically, it's like you have to be above average. That's number one thing, and you have to understand your basics. Very good because companies kind of mostly focus on those things whenever they are actually hiring new people. You know, are kind of, I mean, you can say much better. Okay, the next question I would really like to ask you: what is the key skills should software professional develop to thrive in this AI-driven industry? What are some of the important skills that you should think? Because you also mentioned that I mean, software development is not just about writing code. It's about collaboration and all that. What are some of the also features a software developer should have in this area?
Okay. In this era, I would say, okay, let me put it this way. Let's say, like, it depends. Actually, I can't just generalize this, but it depends, like, in which domain you're working on. But
Yeah,
like, take any domain, whether you're a backend developer or a front end developer. I'm just seeing
yeah,
this transition in every company. They are utilizing this AI. They are using every company. Like, let's say now Walmart has their own chat GPT. Like, on chat GPT, they have just
okay.
developed a new
Chatbot kind of thing.
chatbot, and there we can just ask questions. Like, if you have any issues related to the code, we just can go there and ask and get the solutions. Now,
Hmm.
this typing in Google and getting the issues resolved, searching in Stack Overflow, this era has gone.
Exactly.
Now everything is going in ChatGPT. That's our search engine. Also,
Okay.
right now I'm seeing we are getting this AI tools into this VS codes or IDs,
Exactly. A
like,
lot of
yeah, IntelliJS,
exactly.
yeah, we're getting into that. Like,
Yeah.
you have, I think,
Pulsar. Yeah.
yes, yes, exactly. Git Copilot and all these things. Just, yeah, we are utilizing it like crazily. Yeah, this has been
Okay.
happening since last 1 year only. So I
Okay.
would say, if
Like
any new developer is coming, they need to be good at using these AI agents.
exactly.
That
So
really has
basically,
been,
they should be able to use the AI agent properly.
exactly,
Yeah.
yes. It's an
That's a
expectation.
very good one. Yeah. Can carry on, please.
Yeah, like, the industry is expecting this. So even like, if I work in, like, when I'm working in Walmart, I'm just getting it from my seniors to get used to these AI agents. Like, use this as much as you can. Like, for Git reviews also, we just have an AI agent right now. When
Yeah.
we just yeah, we create a PR, like, get all the reviews by the AI. Everything can
Exactly.
be done through that. Yeah,
Exactly. So it's also impact the way you guys because solving, I mean, what do you call it, debugging code, it takes hours sometimes, I mean, traditionally we use Stack Overflow, but now with AI we can just paste the code and actually probably get some feedback on how to improve it and actually more write more better code in the scenario. So
much better.
whoever is going to be a software engineer in 2025 should focus in sharpening his skills and getting familiarized with the AI tools, basically.
Yeah,
Right?
definitely that. Yeah,
Definitely, that's a
and
good one. I would
I
definitely,
wouldn't say. Oh,
yeah,
sorry to
carry on,
cut you.
please.
I wouldn't say.
Carry on, please. Carry on, please.
Uh, so I wouldn't say familiarizing yourself with these AI tools would get you a job. I wouldn't say that.
Yeah,
But once you get into the job, you need to like, get used to these tools, because, like,
exactly.
if you know these tools, that doesn't mean you'll get the job. But once you get into the job, these are must. Without this, you can't
Exactly.
survive now.
Exactly, exactly. So it's like that's what they say. Like to get into the job is way difficult than actually sometimes actually working with the job. So to get into the job, most probably people have to work on the basics. Understand the basics and the nitty gritty small stuff. And so just to ace the interview and all that kind of stuff. That's a really good thing. So I want to ask this question. In your experience, how is AI influencing the way software jobs basically are being created, and how is even making software jobs? Is he creating more jobs, or is he taking away a lot of jobs? I mean, how do you
Uh,
think AI? I mean, in the next 5 years, what do you think? What is the challenging part that AI have made in terms of the job market, basically?
Uh, okay, yeah. This, like I said, again, there's a whole debate on this. There are a set of audience who would say AI won't take the jobs, and set of audience who would say AI would actually take all the jobs. But like I said, if you any senior developer, if you ask in industry, they would say they won't take AI, can't replace the engineers. But if you
Mm,
say in the market how the jobs are, I would say, Mm, see, like, there are many startups. Like, say, many startups are coming
mm,
right now in this era. Like, we saw many startups which
mm,
come. They actually start hiring on this merge stack developers. So
yeah,
that. So that is always there. Any new startup, they want a website. Yes, I get it. Like they can just go using the AI, they can build a basic website. But
Mm,
it, like many startups have, like let's say you're building something like an Uber app, you just can't do that using some AI. You need developers.
mm,
Of course, the
yeah,
workforce will reduce, but yeah,
yeah.
the jobs, number of jobs also. Yes, I would say it will reduce, but in this phase again, yeah, you can see a little bit. This is my perception. It will
Mm,
reduce for next 1 2 years, but again it will start increasing because the same thing happened in the 2008 as well. The jobs reduced, but again when the recession happened, again the jobs started
exactly,
increasing. The IT boom
exactly,
happened. Similarly,
exactly,
it goes with this as well. Like you may see this job just layoffs and all for certain period of time,
mm,
but again you will again just see this getting back.
okay. Yeah, I mean, I definitely truly believe in regard to that and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, writing code, because now we are having software engineer, and you as a software engineer who have been in the game for a very while. Traditionally, you guys will write code. I mean, line by line, every day. Then you move to giving to testers who will actually automate. Is either they use you test it by manual testing, or actually you automate the testing and all that kind of stuff. One of the biggest challenges we know, is debugging, because when you ask AI to just write a code for you, there is some little detail. When any issue arises with that code, debugging the code may be a very big problem. Basically, or you understanding the code and actually going back and looking at the code and maybe do some improvement in the code. How do you think this is challenging, just given AI to write the entire code without any proper guidance, or I mean, any proper knowledge of the code?
So you're talking about the debugging part, or did you mention debugging?
Yeah, I mentioned, I mean, just allowing AI to write the code, and maybe later on in future when you want to modify the code. Don't you think that is a challenge? I mean, just allowing
See,
AI to write entire code for you, and I mean, sometimes if you want to debug it, it's gonna be a problem, right?
yes, yeah, that is one thing. And right now, I don't see any companies actually building their own website, like entire website using just AI and just doing that stuff. But
Okay.
yeah, once if they do that, see, hardly they can get the base, just the base website. On top of it, they need to
Mm,
be developing this thing. Just the base website,
mhm,
yes, they can just understand the code, and on top of it, they can develop. But if you
mhm,
see in real, there's real industries, no one actually builds writes some 1 2 files of code using the AI. They'll just write a small part of code. They'll ask you this particular thing. They'll ask suggestion from the AI, and they'll just not even an entire module, just a small portion of the module. They can write it using the AI. That how
exactly.
industry works. We just don't build some entire base project using the AI. That doesn't work. If you want to
Exactly.
build a complete microservice architecture, even in the front end micro front end architecture, that can't be done with
Mm,
AI because that includes multiple repos, multiple services. Just can't do that
exactly.
entirely using the AI. So,
Exactly.
if coming to your question, to understand what AI has done and again debugging that, right now as we are not doing that fully, that's not an issue. But if any startups come upcoming startups are doing that, they obviously they can't build the entire website. Small portion of it
Mm,
they have to build, and on top of it they need to understand and do it. Yeah,
exactly.
debugging won't be that
So
difficult because yeah.
yeah. So basically, based on what I have understand, is that it's such an important thing, not to just allow to say maybe, I mean, allow AI to do all the hard work, say that you just pick, because at the end of the day, the result will always going to be a basic stuff. You're not going to get a fully functional thing, right? But I mean, even this also is going to be a debatable things, because we are also having we are going to see, we are seeing a lot of AI with a lot of power. We have Culsa. Culsa is, I mean, sorry, Entropic. They have their Claude, right? I mean,
Mm,
currently is one of the most leading LLM,
right.
which can write a lot of code in a more efficient way. We can basically just take the API and put it in you know, our VS Code, and probably just interact with it by using natural language, by just, okay, I want you to add this feature, I want you to remove this feature, and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, it's a debatable things. I mean, currently now, as you say, but it's really good knowing that, yet it's not a fully adaptable thing. So the industry is not just jumping out the AI. They are now basically understanding how they will use the AI, and more probably help you to optimize the code. I hope I said it right, right?
Right, right, yeah. So yeah, fully replacing anytime soon, I don't see it. And it can't build the complex features. It cannot, like you said, now the cursor is also doing it. Maybe it can just build a feature, or it can't like right now in big projects we work on microfinance architectures or microservice
Hmm.
architectures. Writing code for this is it's not possible through cursor.
Okay. So I want to ask a very big questions. Man, even though I know you have you have graduated for some few years back and all that kind of stuff. Do you think that with the rise of AI and everything, do you think it's time for our policymakers, our educators to look at our educational system and be like, okay, look, AI is arising. What are some of the things that we have to make change? Because I mean, AI is here to stay, and we are not going to have. I mean, in the next few years, a lot of things will change. So, do you think we should have changes in our educational system, our curriculums, and a lot of that stuff? What is your take in regard to this?
It definitely, I would wish that the curriculum brings the AI thing into their courses. That is for sure they need to get it. And before that, like obviously they shouldn't be ignoring these basic stuffs. Like shouldn't be ignoring this oops concepts, networking. These are the basic stuffs. So once this is
Hmm.
done, definitely AI should be part of the curriculum, I would suggest. Yeah. and
Exactly.
and also I just want to mention one more point. Like, see, the recently we have seen this AI trend and all. Right now again, like if you see creating something, see, I'm not pro at AI, machine learning or AI, so I can't just comment on it. But right now what I'm seeing in the industry is they are using the existing models and then creating the agent. So that is actually done by any backend developer. That they are doing it. They're not
Exactly.
creating any new agents like ChatGPT or something. They're just using ChatGPT. On top of it, they're creating some additional agents.
Mm.
So that,
Yeah.
yeah,
Th-
our backend
That is the
agents are doing it.
process of fine tuning.
Yeah. So I think that at least that someone should be able to do as a software developer. We should learn that. Like we just can't stick with our backend front end. We should be, I think, slowly we should be
Upgrading.
progressing to the agents as well. Yeah.
Exactly. So basically, it's such a really important also the adaptability of AI in our own curriculum, from our school level and all that kind of stuff, because I'm very sure now industry, big companies definitely will be looking out for people who have a very basic, at least a basic understanding of AI. I mean, the not necessarily all the maths that go into all the logic that goes in, but at least you should be able to comprehend how some of the AI components. I mean, we talk about how supervised learning, supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and all that, those kind of stuff and all that kind of stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Is it?
really nice.
I just doubt,
You
like,
said?
AI is there, right? I think even in my time also we have this thing, but it's like a
No,
specialization course, but it's
yeah,
not fully part of that curriculum.
exactly. Yeah, AI is there, but I'm talking about more of like improving the curriculum and not focusing on some of the things. Because I mean, I know some universities still use like C programming language to actually teach
Yes,
data
exactly.
science. Sorry, yes, data science. Not sorry, to teach data science or data structures basically and all that kind of stuff. Maybe we are just moving towards a time that we're probably going to adopt some different type of techniques because of AI and what some of the challenge that AI thought is imposing, right? Because as you also mentioned previously, is that industry is not looking for average developers; they are looking for good developers, right? And in our universities, don't much focus on. I mean, helping you to get most of the time industry level skills. They just mostly just okay theoretical part of things and all that kind of stuff. So that's why I actually made that comment. So and that's why I was wanting you to give your take on should our universities now be focused on more of the theoretical part or focus on things like little things like even helping the student improve their communication skills and I mean just small things and also general have awareness about AI. Should our universities be doing that, or we should just
Uh,
continue with the previous?
yeah, like that is always there. I mean, in see any most of the tier 3 colleges, see, I'm not again generalizing it, but most of the tier 3 colleges focus
yeah,
on, like you said, they still have the C programming languages, they still focus on the data structures, and hardly they give this real time how industry level experience. These students never get it. Even nowadays, I see, I'm happy that through YouTube channels, people are getting that awareness and they're starting exploring things. But from the college level,
mm,
also it should happen, and yeah, they should know how exactly the world is like. What companies are expecting once you join the company, what exactly they are expecting. But also, I don't want to blame the college also here. See. Again, this is my perspective. If you see any campus interviews coming to the college, their primary thing is they focus on data structures.
mm,
Even if you are pro at ML, AI,
yeah,
I know it looks good on your resume, but still, if you
yeah,
see any top companies that come to your college, the major focus is on the DSL. So I think that's the reason why even colleges are running behind this. But once you get into the company,
exactly,
again you need to start from the scratch. So I don't know whom
exactly.
to blame for
You
that,
just
but
gotta find, yeah. So a big questions I want to ask you now is that, right? What is one thing you will do uh, if you are to go back to college and be a first year student in college? I want you to be not necessarily a formal thing. One thing you would do, I mean, this including the academic part and also extracurricular. What is one thing you will do much better, or one thing you will improve, because now you are in a very, I mean, I would say more of like you have understand a bit of life, you have worked in multiple probably companies. And what is some of the things that you probably will change or will do better if you are to go back to your first year as a fresher in university, or let's say in KL University? What you would do better, some of the things.
hmm. Okay. So, okay, there are two things here. First, what I would do and what I would expect from college as well. See, from
Mm,
college, mm, okay, from college I wouldn't expect much because I know how this tier 3 colleges work. And see, what I would
mm,
change on myself. Let me just talk about how I would do, how I would make my journey, and then let me come to the college
mm,
part. So I would definitely first start. See, back in time, I have very less knowledge on the DSA. Started in my third year, but right now, if I can start from first year, I would do that. Parallelly, I will be working on my technical skills as well. Let's say once I start with the back end, I understand
mm,
frameworks and then get into the system designs part. Then work on front end
mm,
and learn a little bit about CI/CD pipelines, the deployments lifecycle, Kubernetes. Create a mini
mm,
project.
yeah,
If I can do this in my first or second year, within that I'll be getting an idea,
yeah,
okay, how the web works. And then if I get into the course like
yeah,
networking, if say talk about a course of security communications, then I'll exactly know the
yeah,
real usage of those courses. If you just without even working on any practical projects, if
yeah,
someone starts teaching you networking, you will just learn it
yeah,
like theoretical thing. You have like now if someone teaches me networking, I would completely look at it in a different perspective. So without
yeah,
having a practical experience, you're teaching the students on some topic that is like of no use. It's like just mugging up, and it's of no point. So in
yeah,
college also, I would expect. I know this. It's not possible, but yeah, I would expect colleges would actually include even the practical project experience. I know getting internships in the first 2 years is tough, but we, in third year we get it. But
mm,
I would expect we do some practical, at least from the basic we started, basic website building, and
mm,
then after that, once we do the practical
exactly,
project, they teach this networking related stuff or oops related stuff, so we get a clear idea of it. And then again, I would
exactly.
in my third year again, I would expect getting into the AML part. I need to just
Mm,
now my third year, I would want to fully focus on this training, machine learnings, AI,
exactly.
all this stuff. Yeah.
Human models. Exactly. You know, that's a very good reflection of your, I mean, basically your BTech life, or basically your what you are able to do. I think we have a network issue. Hello? That's a very big reflection of your of your basically of your BTech, and what you wish you could do. Uh you could do actually better in terms of that. Because one of the biggest problem we are also having is that there is an issue of practical knowledge. When you are teaching a student about DSA, can you also include how he can actually use that DSA in a real code? Because I mean we do understand, and they do kind of, okay, look, you are teaching about maybe linked list. I mean, how can you teach a student to actually apply a linked list in a more broader way? Or when he's writing an industry level code, how can he actually use that skill of him to actually optimize a code? I mean, at the end of the day, DSA is all to help us to optimizing our code and all that kind of stuff. And this is something that definitely is actually missing in our curriculum activities. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, basically in our general educational system and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
That's really nice. So I would like to ask this question also. What advice will you offer to a professional who feel threatened by AI? Seeing someone that is in college, basically a college student. What are one advice you say? Like, look, stop, just chill. Or one thing, what is one advice will you tell them? Like, look, maybe a third year student preparing for his placement. What is one thing that, since he feels threatened by the AI trends and all that kind of stuff? Everybody.
Mm, right. Okay. Again, this varies. If it's a first year student, it would be different advice. If it's a fourth year student, it would be a different advice. So,
Maybe third
uh,
year student, maybe.
sorry,
Advice for a third year student, probably.
advice for it. I think your voice break.
For a third year student.
Okay.
You can advise a third year student.
Uh, okay. So wait a second. Oh yeah. So see. See, when I'm speaking to this people on TopMate, I get different people like who are interested in different domains. Like entirely, someone is interested in robotics, or someone is interested in completely in machine learning AI. So my advice for each person would be different. And someone is not interested in anything; he just want to get a proper job in FANG companies. So like I
Mm,
just want to give a generic, this thing
advice.
advice. So if I have to give something, then I would say if it's let's say I'll just give from the first year students. If you are a first year student, you have a lot of time, explore everything, get practical knowledge, build websites, integrate AI, ML, machine learnings, integrate LLMs, integrate the agents, learn these things in your first year, learn DSA, build websites. By the time you reach to second or third year, you need to be ready with proper full stack development. You need to have that thing, and then you can just move to the AI, ML, these stuffs. But if you are the person who is actually genuinely interested in particular field, like completely in the ML or robotics or something, I would ask you, if you have that interest, directly jump into that and just dive deep into that. So that is one thing. And yeah, I would give that advice. Like if it's an any college, or if it's a person who is in the third year, I would say focus on more on the DSA part, because most of the campus placements they're expecting the DSA. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, focus on that, and then also keep trying outside as well. I see many people just stick to the campus placements, and just campus placements. Yeah, DSA will get you the job, but if you want to get outside job in any startups or even upcoming just growing companies, you need to be good at the tech stack
Mm,
as well. Just I would say,
exactly.
when trying for the companies, you need to reach out to people on LinkedIn, be active on LinkedIn, develop
Mm,
website, host it, just go ping them on LinkedIn, just show your work, ping them your website links, and just tell them I need work and I have knowledge on this particular tech stack. I can start value to your organization. You can easily get. I've
talking
seen
about
many students.
Definitely, definitely. That's really good. So talking about LinkedIn also, how important is connection is? How important is building your connection is? I mean, you have moved from company to companies. How important, how useful are those connections to you?
LinkedIn, it's for for a, for anyone. I would say it's very important, and you need to be socially active in this generation. Even this, I got to know very lately, and back in time when we are like have no knowledge about this LinkedIn. I created my LinkedIn when I joined in my first company, so that is the worst
Okay.
thing. So you should be active on LinkedIn. because like see whatever work you do, just show it. I know like people react or don't react, doesn't matter. If you did any
Yeah.
work, just go post it on LinkedIn. If you have done any website, do show it. If you have done anything on ML, just go show that work, so that people at least will recognize you. And then if you reach out to people, there'll be definitely people noticing you. Though they won't
Mm,
interact or do with your post, there'll be definitely people noticing you. When you build that
exactly.
network, it will be easy for you to find the jobs as well. Yeah, that'll
Exactly.
definitely help.
Yeah, I mean that's so important. Seriously, like one of the bad problem I'm having. I don't know why I'm not posting my projects on LinkedIn, but I try to do posts. But I also really understand how important is actually posting on LinkedIn because it kind of just help people kind of LinkedIn profile itself is more of like a resume of its own. I
Exactly.
think so for recruiters. Yeah, in the day and age that we are now. I mean, people different kind of things and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, you have go through a lot of learnings. You have do some learning and unlearning. New skills, new environments, different company, new requirements, and all that kind of stuff. What are some of the resources you use? I mean, do you use YouTube videos, textbook, those resources, free resources, paid resources? What are some of the resources you use to
Uh,
actually stay on top of your game?
if you ask me, I would just use a combination of all this. For DSA, I go with YouTube channels. I don't take any courses if I have to learn, because if I have to switch any company, I need to brush up my DSA skills. Then I would just go with YouTube's videos and then lead code profiles. And I mean lead code, I'll just practice there. So there's no paid course required for learning DSA. And if for learning your tech stack also, you can do it online. You can just go officially. There are official documentations on the Google itself. You can read that. If you're not
Mm,
the person who can just read those things and you like
mm,
watching videos, there are YouTube
mm,
videos out there. But again, if you want good courses, there are videos, but few concepts. Like if you want to get into system design related stuffs and some things more detail into that, I I I saw very less free course YouTube videos on that. Then you need to pick a particular course, and then you need to pay for that. You have to
pay,
do it.
if,
Yeah,
like on
yeah.
Udemy or something.
Yeah. If you don't get that content, if you get that content that you're looking for on YouTube for free with good reviews, and you can just go with that. Else, it's nothing. It's
Yeah,
completely fine. You can say that if it's adding value to your resume, you can just pay it.
yeah, exactly. So speaking about lead code, you spoke about lead code, and you actually just go and brush up lead code before you actually switch companies and all. How important is practicing your code or writing code uh on lead code and other practicing?
Uh, See, to be honest, I stopped completely working on. Back then, it's not lead code actually. It used to be Hacker Rank and Geeks for Geeks, if you have heard
Hackering,
of it.
yes, yes,
Hacker
yeah,
Rank. That
yeah,
at that point of that used to be trending, and then used to do a lot of stuff there. And lead code,
yeah.
it recently started. So right now, yes, I would work on the lead code, but if I'm switching a company, see, I don't get a chance to practice lead code daily. Obviously, I'll have my notes.
Yeah.
Just refer your notes and then start jump into the lead code questions. If it's a specific company, you get a call from a specific company, I would suggest you take lead code premium and then solve those company specific related questions. That will be really helpful. And then yeah, before
Okay.
any company comes, because there are high chances questions also can come sometimes from that particular questions, because it's the same pattern. They'll
Okay.
be posting the recent questions as well. So there are very high chances. So yeah, lead code premium really helps. Else you can just do this lead code 150, lead code 75, these things you can do meanwhile.
Okay, that's really nice and knowing that. So Lit Code Pro, it's also a very good option for people who are looking to get into the industry. Just get it done, and you can actually practice what do you call it, industry level type of questions and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Uh, Seriously, that's nice, and I think I should ask you one more questions. Uh, So how are you balancing life and work? I mean, how are you doing that? With the I mean, you have to go to work and you have to balance life and how are you? doing that?
Uh, hmm. Uh, See, well, I would just love to keep work at till 5 o'clock, and then I want to just switch back to my personal life. This is how I do. If how I'm balancing. See, when you work with product-based companies, they don't
Yeah,
have this fixed timings. They don't have this 9 to 5 job. If I'm working in Walmart, I can just go at any time. I can come back anytime. It's completely my choice. Also, it's hybrid model.
yeah,
So you need to keep a stop at like this full stop for yourself. Like if you say that you want to finish work by 4 o'clock, you need to keep that
mm,
stop. And
okay,
it's tough. Still, people just delay it. They just make it till evenings. Also, there are many people right now who work even till late evenings. They just love to drag their work. But personally, I would like to stop my work at 4 or 5, and then
mm.
just jump into my personal life. Personal life, I do a lot of things. I play badminton. I go to gym. I do a lot of stuffs. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's cool.
I'm I'm happy doing this. So I try to do a balance as much as I can. But yeah, sometimes
Yeah,
we just can't avoid it. We have late evening calls sometimes with people because
okay,
Walmart US folks, we need to connect with them sometimes. So
exactly.
then
That's so true.
that thing we cannot avoid. That is one of the major disadvantage I see.
Exactly. I mean, that's something when you are working for, industry. I mean, companies who are international companies and all that. And that's so. How you manage to not manage burnout? I mean, you also mentioned you go to gym, so it's really interesting. Is that a kind of a place that serve as your therapy? s- a section or something like that. Does that help you in not burning out? And what does going to gym actually help or contribute towards, generally staying motivated and actually working and helping your mental health generally while working and balancing your life?
See, what gym is something I don't even like get it close to my work as well. Like from work and gym are completely different things. It's not like I
Mm,
go to gym because just to come out of this stressful work life. It's not like that. I've been doing this since last 7 years, I guess. So I just
yeah,
love it. Right from the I started. I just do it. How it's helping me. See, mm, okay, some way I think it can help just get out of that stress.
yeah.
But yeah, it's not because I'm stressful. I'm not going to this gym or badminton. Just love this stuff, so I just go. Yeah.
Okay, that's
But
that's
nowadays,
really nice.
everyone should do it. Like I see many working professionals. I hardly see people just having some extracurricular activities. It's like they just live for this working software for the rest of their life. I shouldn't talk like this, but yeah, I've seen many working professionals there who have no personal life out
Exactly.
there. I
Have
wish
a
everyone should have
personal
it.
life. So
Yeah, they should have definitely. And right now in this market, you just can't stick to just one job. Like you can just can't believe, just have this thing, trust on this one job. You need to see, I would say, alternative incomes as well. This only you will be able to when you have some proper work-life balance. You'll be able to focus on other multiple stuffs. Even if you want to upskill, also you need to do have a proper work-life balance. You'll get a time to upskill, learn new things, or learn completely different domains. Yeah.
exactly. That's so true. That's so true. Bros, I can't. It's such an amazing and almost a 40 minutes chat with you. I really loved it. I mean, it's really nice to hear your insight from someone who uh, it's have been in the industry for a little while and talking about how AI have kind of a little improved in terms of the shift and the introduction of the AI, how the full adaptability of AI is not yet enforced. And slowly, AI would definitely be integrated into the general software engineering life cycle and how software engineers, will be using AI. And also, we spoke about some of the things of focus, like somehow you can manage your life. By going to gym and all that kind of stuff. So, what is one last word or one last advice we say to someone? I don't know, someone in part of India, someone in part of Africa, someone who wants to be a software engineer or basically just want to learn the skills. What is one thing that you want to say? You can.
So, um be consistent, keep learning, don't get disappointed, don't get demotivated seeing others if they're doing performing well or if they're earning better than you. Just don't get demotivated. You keep learning, keep consistently learning your things, and definitely you will have a better opportunity. It's for students also. They get very disappointed seeing someone earning better package. You have a lot of time. In just 1 year, you can make a bigger jump to even with better packages. So just don't get disappointed. Learn. You have a lot of time. Just keep upskilling yourself, learning. Yeah.
That's really nice advice for any young person out there. Thank you, Saikhans. I really, really love the discussion and definitely thank you for your time and yeah, catch up. Bye. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure you subscribe, like, share with your friends, and see you in the next one. Bye.